Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 22nd of April 2024 and we are 2 days after the Bitcoin halving, guys. Now the halving was successful and it did take place on the 20th of April on block number 840,000. Now what I've done is, guys, I've released a standalone episode discussing what Bitcoin is, what the Bitcoin white paper is and how it is connected to Austrian economics, what is UTXO, Lightning Network, Liquid Network, ordinal inscriptions and quite a lot of useful information. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to Spotify and check out that episode so you will get a better understanding of what Bitcoin is. Cause look, guys, Bitcoin halving is a massive event and this will actually set the stage for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for months and definitely for years to come. Now unfortunately, guys, ever since the Bitcoin halving kicked in, the prices of Bitcoin hasn't changed at all. But there are some really interesting metrics, guys, such as the miners. They have decided to go ahead and sell some of the Bitcoins. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, get an understanding of what UTXO is, because that will give you much more technical details as to the buying and selling patterns of Bitcoin holders. Now what happened, guys, on the 20th of April, along with Bitcoin halving, there was something new that got added onto the Bitcoin blockchain, and that is runes. Now in today's episode, guys, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and explain what rune is and what has happened because of runes, guys. Unfortunately, the transaction fees have definitely pumped up to the moon, and to be honest, guys, if you're someone who's using Bitcoin for, let's say, sound money, you would definitely not be liking this. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. Now in the world of Bitcoin, guys, we do have MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor, and they are kind of claiming to be one of the biggest advocates of Bitcoin, isn't it? And what they want to do is, they want to put up an event called as Bitcoin for Corporations. Now look, guys, me personally, I'm not liking this, because when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, it was actually created as people's money, isn't it? And the whole promise of Bitcoin was peer-to-peer electronic cash system, but looks like MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor, they want to get a lot of institutional investors and a lot of retail investors. Now mind you, guys, that thing is absolutely great, but when you talk about Bitcoin, we talk about it as people's money, isn't it? So me personally, I'm not a fan of this, but look, at a macro level, this would definitely drive more adoption of Bitcoin, so I'll very briefly touch base on that news. Now in the world of stablecoin, guys, Tether USDT is clearly a leader, isn't it? And they are deciding to expand their operations, and they want to get into sustainable mining, emerging technologies, education, and even financial services. So in today's episode, I'll go ahead and touch base on what the blog is and what is it that the CEO, that is Paulo Adriano, is emphasizing towards the goal of Tether USDT. Now look, guys, because BlackRock got into the spot Bitcoin ETF game, the prices of Bitcoin is definitely 3x. Now it's really important to note, guys, that Larry Fink, he's a massive advocate of Ethereum as well, and there are some really interesting metrics regarding Ethereum. And as we know, guys, on the 23rd of May, we will find out for definite if an Ethereum spot ETF is approved or not. And Larry Fink did actually state, it doesn't matter if an Ethereum is security or not, he definitely does envision an Ethereum ETF to be approved. And last week, guys, I talked about some really interesting news all the way from Hong Kong, and they are on the verge of approving an Ethereum spot ETF. And because of that, guys, what has happened is that Ethereum has been withdrawn from exchanges, and when people generally tend to withdraw from exchanges, guys, they tend to put it in the cold wallet, a hard wallet, and that, to be honest, is a very positive sign, because that's where the whole hodl mentality kicks in, isn't it? So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on some really interesting metrics that has to do with Ethereum. And finally, guys, towards the end, I'm going to very briefly touch base of a notorious fraudster who did actually have a replica of Coinbase wallet, and he did actually steal roughly around $9.5 million in cryptocurrencies. Definitely unfortunate news, so I'll very briefly touch base on that. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee 88 podcast, I'm going to be touching base on two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is a massive news, and that is regarding Binance in the Middle East. And Binance FZ, that is Free Zone Establishment, they have received a virtual asset service provider license from Dubai's WARA. Now this news, guys, is actually published by Binance's blog, but at the same time, guys, there is CoinDesk and Cointelegraph. They have gone ahead and said that there are some indications that Dubai's WARA wanted CZ to go ahead and withdraw all of his voting rights. So I really am not sure what the legitimacy to that is, but I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. Now the second news, guys, is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this has to do with Web3 gaming, guys, and a company called Astronova. They have raised $1 million to pioneer the world's first Web3 RPG game, and they are based in Saudi Arabia. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee 88 the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE, and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee a Day has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee a Day. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee a Day, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain, and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE, and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE, and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee a Day aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE, and Middle East region. Now, before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast, and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, they are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina, and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look at Tough Mudder Arabia, they did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now, if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Mudder Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Mudder event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, mind you guys, the Bitcoin halving was absolutely successful, and people were anticipating that immediately after the halving, the price of Bitcoin will head towards the moon, and the global cryptocurrency market will be pumping up as well. Unfortunately, guys, that thing did not happen, and if you actually look at UTXOs, guys, immediately after the halving, a lot of the miners were the ones who were actually selling a lot of the Bitcoin. Now, at this point of time, it is unclear if they wanted to actually go ahead and dump the price of Bitcoin so that they can go ahead and accumulate more of the Bitcoin. That just seems like a logical answer, isn't it? But unfortunately, guys, the prices hasn't reflected yet. But so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.23%. And unfortunately, guys, it is only at $2.39 trillion. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market since the last 24 hours, it is only at $56.26 billion. Now, mind you guys, I'm recording this podcast on the 22nd of April in the early hours in Dubai. And it is technically still Sunday in the Western countries, isn't it? So you need to factor that thing in mind as well. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, later on in the day, the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market hopefully pumps up to new heights. Now, since the last 24 hours, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is down by 8.97%. Now, if you look at the volume in DeFi, guys, the volume is absolutely horrendous. It is only at $4.87 billion. And DeFi, guys, as of today is accounting for 8.66% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, guys, this all depends on Ethereum spot ETF news, isn't it? Now, because Hong Kong will be approving an Ethereum spot ETF, there is some indication that the prices of Ethereum and the total value locked will pump up. But let's say, guys, on the 23rd of May, if the US Security and Exchange Commission decides to go ahead and decline a spot ETF, I'm pretty much sure the price of Ethereum will go down, and because of that, guys, the total value locked will go down as well. Now, so far as the number is concerned, guys, the total value locked is $89.43 billion. Now, just to give you a reminder, guys, in 2022, the total value locked did actually cross the $240 billion mark, and from $240 billion mark, right now we are below the $90 billion mark. Now, so far as decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is concerned, guys, it is at 24.9%. Now, guys, on the episode that I released on the 18th of this month, decentralized to centralized exchange dominance did actually shoot up to 74%, isn't it? And there was a new exchange called as X Exchange, and their 24-hour volume showed up as $29 billion. And I very specifically told you guys that that definitely looks like an anomaly, and there might have been some error so far as DeFi Llama is concerned. So what I did, guys, I did actually speak to the DeFi Llama team, and they did actually reply, and they actually apologized, and they admitted there was an error, and they have definitely gone ahead and fixed that. So it looks like, guys, the X Exchange should definitely not be in decentralized exchange. So as long as you're aware about it, you definitely need to go ahead and question these things, guys. And it's so critical that whenever you look at information, make sure you go ahead and question it. And you would be surprised, guys, whenever you see an anomaly, most of the time there is some kind of an error. And that's one of the reasons why, guys, you should always look at information from first source. And so far as blockchain technology is concerned, that is precisely the reason why we have Explorer, isn't it? Now, so far as decentralized exchange is concerned, guys, on the 18th of this month, I talked about X Exchange. That has definitely been taken out. And right now it is Uniswap, and the 24-hour volume is $2.76 billion. Curve Finance, guys, is at number 2nd, and its volume is less than $500 million mark, and its volume is $495.68 million. PancakeSwap, guys, is at number 3rd, and its volume is $445.19 million. Orca is at number 4th, guys, and its 24-hour volume is $414.69 million. And finally, guys, Phoenix, its 24-hour volume is $406.8 million. Now, let me very quickly run through the volume of stable coins, because unfortunately, guys, the numbers are not looking good. Considering the fact that we had Bitcoin halving, this number definitely should have been triple or at least double of what it is right now. And unfortunately, guys, the volume of stable coins is only at $51.33 billion. And later on, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss some massive news regarding Tether USDT. But that thing being said, guys, the volume of stable coins is ridiculously low. And that should actually raise an alarm, to be honest. And stable coins, guys, as of today, despite the volume being low, is accounting for 91.23% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now look, guys, Tether USDT is always leading the pack, isn't it? And its volume is only at $40.76 billion. And FDUSD, guys, is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $5.38 billion. And finally, guys, Circle USDC is at number 3rd, and its volume is $4.64 billion. Now let me very quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume, and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because look, guys, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, this definitely does not boost the confidence, because the 24-hour volume of Bitcoin is only at $20.51 billion, whereas Ethereum is only at $9.38 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, though, it is definitely looking good at 53.59%, whereas Ethereum's dominance, guys, has gone down, and it is down to 15.90%. Now, look, guys, whenever Ethereum's dominance is going down, you need to go ahead and check what is going on in the world of altcoin and what is going on in the world of meme coin. And runes, guys, that I'm going to be talking about has to do with meme coins that are built on Bitcoin blockchain. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news as well. But so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, guys, it is at $1.28 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is at $379 billion. Now let me very quickly run through the market cap of privacy coins, guys. And I tend to share these numbers in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast once a month, but I personally tend to look at these numbers at least once on every 2 days. Now Monero, guys' market cap is at $2.19 billion. Now I hate saying this, guys. Some of the meme coins, their market cap is much bigger than Monero's market cap. That is a bit unfortunate, isn't it? The second one, guys, is Starknet, and its market cap is less than $1 billion. It is only at $9.56 million. Mina, guys, is the number 3rd, and its market cap is $924 million. Origin Trail, guys, is at number 4th, and its market cap is $396 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th is Dash, and its market cap is $361 million. Now look, guys, this is one of the metrics which I absolutely do not like, because when you talk about self-sovereign identity, when you talk about having access to your own data, this is where privacy kicks in, isn't it? And look, guys, if you're an advocate of privacy and having control over your own data, this number should be at least 5 times, maybe 10 times of what it is. Unfortunately, guys, what I'm noticing is only the market cap of Privacy Coin is on a decline. When the price of Bitcoin was around the $20,000 mark, Monero's market cap was at $2.3 billion. Now, after the spot Bitcoin ETF, guys, Bitcoin price did actually cross the $70,000 mark. Now, granted, now it is a bit less, but that thing being said, Monero's market cap has actually gone down. So that is definitely not good, isn't it? And look, guys, I've said this thing so many times. When we talk about privacy, unfortunately, guys, looks like it is a tool used by CEOs, CTOs, and crypto evangelists, and they do that to get more funding from investors, accelerators, incubators, and high net worthy individuals. Those are my honest thoughts, to be honest. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, what I want to do, guys, in today's episode, I want to go ahead and explain what Runes is. Because look, guys, Runes did actually kick in on Bitcoin network on the 20th of April, exactly the same time when Bitcoin halving kicked in. So from block number 840,000, Bitcoin Rune did actually get implemented on Bitcoin blockchain. So what I want to do is, guys, let me go ahead and explain what Bitcoin Rune is. So that would give you guys some idea and information regarding Bitcoin blockchain. And there are additional things that you can do on Bitcoin blockchain. So let me go ahead and give out some very basic level information regarding Rune, guys, because Bitcoin Rune is like a digital asset toolbox of Bitcoin world, making it easier for people to create, manage, and exchange digital tokens called runes. So the big question, guys, is what are runes? Now look, guys, runes are digital tokens, kind of like coins or tokens in a video games, and they exist on Bitcoin blockchain since the Bitcoin halving, and they are managed with Bitcoin system using a specific set of rules, making them compatible with Bitcoin's technology. So the big question, guys, is how does Rune actually work? So look, guys, think of Rune as a unique digital item, and they are stored within Bitcoin's ecosystem, similar to how you store Bitcoins in your digital wallet. And Runes, guys, can be transferred between users, just like sending your regular Bitcoins, but they can also have additional information attached to them. Now, so far as creating and managing Bitcoin Runes is concerned, guys, Bitcoin Rune provides a platform for users to create their own digital tokens called as runes with ease. And this process, guys, is referred to as etching. So think of etching, guys, as creating your own unique digital item. You can customize your runes with specific attributes like symbols, decimals for display purposes, and even the total supply. And this feature, guys, empowers individuals and businesses to launch their own digital currencies, tokens for community projects, or unique digital assets tailored for the needs. And once you've created your runes, guys, you can easily transfer them to other users. And this transfer process is built on the robust and secure foundation of Bitcoin blockchain's unspent transaction output, also called as UTXO model. Now look, guys, in the episode that are released on the 20th of April, I go ahead and explain how UTXOs work and what are the different use cases. So what I'd recommend you to do is, guys, go ahead and listen to it so you'll get some technical understanding of what UTXO is. Now, so far as runes is concerned, guys, just like sending Bitcoin to someone else's wallet, you can send runes to any Bitcoin address, and this transfer mechanism ensures the transactions are reliable, transparent, and secure, thereby maintaining the integrity of the rune ecosystem within the Bitcoin network. Now, Bitcoin runes, guys, feature an integrated marketplace as well, where you can buy, sell, or trade the runes. And this marketplace, guys, provides a vibrant ecosystem for engaging with a broader community of rune enthusiasts. Now, whether you're a collector, guys, or looking for rare digital assets, or an investor exploring new opportunities, or even a casual user interested in unique tokens, this marketplace offers a diverse range of options to suit your interests, and it is a dynamic platform where users can discover, exchange, and interact with runes in various ways, thereby fostering innovation and collaboration within the rune community. Now, so far as etching is concerned, guys, let me go ahead and explain this, because this is kind of like the most trickiest part. Because etching, guys, is a feature offered by Bitcoin Rune, and what it does is it allows users to embed unique identifiers or metadata into their runes, and this process is akin to engraving information onto a physical token, adding layer of authenticity and additional content to digital assets. And etching, guys, enables users to create collectibles, prove ownership of digital items, or even add unique attributes to the runes, thereby enhancing the value and utility within the ecosystem. So look, guys, it is a powerful tool for adding personalization and even customizing your digital token, isn't it? Thereby opening up new possibilities for creativity and expression within the Bitcoin Rune platform. So look, guys, when you talk about Rune, Bitcoin Rune is a comprehensive digital asset management platform that leverages capabilities of the Bitcoin blockchain to streamline the creation, transfer, and management of digital tokens, and by offering a user-friendly interface and robust security features and even a vibrant ecosystem, Bitcoin Rune aims to democratize access to tokenization technology and empower individuals and businesses, and they do that by enabling people to participate in the emerging digital economy with more confidence and convenience. Now let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding Bitcoin Rune? Now what I want to do is guys, I want to go ahead and touch base on how Bitcoin Rune is closely connected to Bitcoin's unspent transaction output model, also called as UTXO. So what I want to touch base on is 4 points, that is storage of runes, transfer mechanism, security and reliability, and efficient management. Now look guys, this thing might sound technical, but in case if you don't understand it, just drop me an email and I'll be more than happy to provide you consultation on this. Now so far storage of runes is concerned guys, in the Bitcoin blockchain, every transaction results in the creation of UTXOs, which represent unspent amount of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Rune guys leverages this UTXO model, and they do that to store and manage this token, and this token guys is called as runes, and each rune is associated with a specific UTXO, similar to how Bitcoin is associated with UTXO, and this guys ensures that runes are securely stored and accounted for within the Bitcoin blockchain ledger. Now so far as transfer mechanism is concerned guys, when transferring runes between users, Bitcoin Rune utilizes the UTXO model to execute transactions, just like when you send Bitcoins to someone else's wallet guys. Transferring runes involves spending specific UTXOs associated with sender's account and creating new UTXOs for the recipient, and this transfer mechanism guys ensures that rune transactions are transparent, verifiable, and resistant to double spending, thanks to the inherent security feature of the UTXO model. Now guys, in the episode that will release on the 20th of April, I go ahead and explain what double spending is and what is it that Satoshi Nakamoto did in order to go ahead and prevent double spending, and where does UTXO fit in so far as double spending is concerned as well. So please feel free to go ahead and check that episode out. Now let me go ahead and talk about runes guys, and let me touch base on security and reliability, because by aligning with Bitcoin's UTXO's model guys, Bitcoin runes inherit the security and reliability of the Bitcoin blockchain, and UTXOs are cryptographically secured and maintained by the distributed network of Bitcoin miners, thereby providing robust protection against tampering or even unauthorized access. And this ensures that runes stored within the UTXOs are safeguarded against potential attacks or even vulnerabilities, thereby offering users peace of mind regarding the integrity of the digital assets. Now so far as efficient management is concerned guys, which is the last point, you need to understand that a UTXO model offers an efficient way to manage digital tokens within the Bitcoin network, and each UTXO represents a discrete amount of value, allowing for precise accounting and granular control over token ownership. And Bitcoin Rune guys leverages this efficiency to streamline token management operations such as transfers, issuance, and burning, thereby maximizing the scalability and usability of the platform within the constraints of the Bitcoin ecosystem. So essentially guys, in essence, Bitcoin's Rune integration within the UTXO model of Bitcoin enables it to leverage the security, reliability, and efficiency of the underlying blockchain infrastructure, and by aligning its tokenization framework within Bitcoin's native architecture, Bitcoin Rune provides a seamless and robust platform for managing digital assets within the Bitcoin network, thereby empowering users to engage in secure, transparent, and efficient token transaction. So let me know guys, what are your thoughts regarding Rune? Now look guys, based on my understanding, I'm pretty much sure a lot of the Bitcoin maximalists will definitely not be liking this, but when you talk about what is going on right now after the halving, the transaction fees has definitely pumped up to the moon. Now if you're a miner guys, you will definitely like this news, isn't it? Because this is additional income for you, because now the Bitcoin reward is reduced as well. And look guys, the runes are sending the fees soaring and users are rushing to mint tokens, and what happened is that about 9 blocks after the halving, rune minters had already paid 78.6 BTC in fees, which is roughly around $4.95 million, and they did that to buy the rarest of the rare. This, to be honest, sounds cool, but when you talk about sending money guys, this is definitely not ideal, isn't it? And this particular drama guys actually suggests that ordinals and Rune protocol could be a boon to Bitcoin's burgeoning free economy. So let me know guys what your thoughts are regarding Bitcoin Rune. And in case you need a website guys to find out more information, the website is runebtc.xyz. That is R for Roger, U for Umbrella, N for November, E for Elephant, B for Bravo, T for Tango, C for Charlie.xyz. Now if you do have any thoughts or comments guys, mention them in the comments below. Now guys, let me very quickly run through the price of Bitcoin guys, because since the last 24 hours it is marginally pumped up, and right now it is at 0.19%, but it is only at $65,035. But since the last 7 days guys, it is down by 0.85%. Now Ethereum guys is at $3,157, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.30%, but since the last 7 days it is up by 0.84%. Binance BNB Coin guys is at $582. Since the last 24 hours it is up by 2.25%. Since the last 7 days it is up by 3.60%. Now look guys, when you talk about Solana, on few occasions it definitely overtook Binance BNB chain so far as the market cap is concerned, isn't it? Now I'm looking at Solana's market cap right now guys. The market cap is roughly around $66 billion, whereas Binance BNB chain's market cap guys, it is more than $20 billion. It is hovering at $88.26 billion. Now look guys, could it be possible that Solana overtakes Binance BNB chain? Most likely yes. But truth be told guys, Solana blockchain has been facing quite a lot of problems and congestions, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see if Solana does actually turn out to be an Ethereum killer or even a Binance BNB chain killer. Now the next news guys I'd like to talk about is regarding Bitcoin for corporations. Now look guys, me personally I'm definitely not liking this news, because look, the whole purpose of creating Bitcoin was kind of like a movement against big corporation, definitely against government as well, isn't it? And one of the so-called advocates, that is Michael Saylor, his company that is MicroStrategy, they have an upcoming MicroStrategy World Conference in Las Vegas that is scheduled to take place later on in the month from the 29th of April to the 2nd of May. And the event guys is going to be a spotlight for artificial intelligence, business intelligence and Bitcoin for corporation. And Bitcoin Magazine guys will exclusively stream the latest segment emphasizing Bitcoin's role in corporate strategy. And Michael Saylor guys will discuss Bitcoin store of value aspect proposal for spot Bitcoin ETF. And he's actually joined by David Marcus, who's the CEO of Lightspark. Now David Marcus guys was the guy who actually started Facebook Messenger, and he was actually involved with Facebook with the whole stablecoin project called as Libra, which did actually fail unfortunately. Now look guys, when you talk about David Marcus, he's a really calm and collected person, and you need to go out and check out his session with the Senate members where they tried to grill him for 8 hours, but he was really calm, very polite, and definitely well educated. Now so far as David Marcus is concerned guys, you could argue that he's a Bitcoin maximalist, and he said only positive and great things regarding Bitcoin. Now so far as Lightspark is concerned guys, they are working on Lightning Network, but roughly around 9 months ago guys, David Marcus did actually state some of the challenges on working with Lightning Network. Now look guys, based on my understanding, Lightning Network looks like it is lightning years away from mainstream adoption, isn't it? But that is a completely different topic altogether. Now so far as Bitcoin for corporation is concerned guys, the event is scheduled to take place on the 29th of April to the 2nd of May 2024, and the event is expected to draw over 1,000 executives, reflecting growing interest in Bitcoin among major corporations. Now if you do want to get more information guys, the link to that is in the show notes below. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding Tether, and they are expanding into sustainable mining, emerging technologies, education and financial services, and they have actually published a blog that gives full information regarding this news guys. And Tether is expanding its focus beyond stablecoin to embrace infrastructure solutions guys, and they're doing that because looks like apparently they want a more inclusive world. And look guys, this shift by Tether USDT introduces 4 distinct divisions, that is data, finance, power and education as well. And Tether looks like they're aiming to contribute to a resilient financial and tech ecosystem, and they're doing that by supporting sustainable solutions such as responsible Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure. And Tether USDT guys has launched initiatives like Tether EDU and Tether Power to drive global access to digital skills education and promote sustainable Bitcoin mining. And Tether's CEO guys, that is Paulo Adrano, emphasizes a commitment to empowering individuals and communities through technology, fostering independence and freedom. Now look guys, the official link is via the blog and it is in the show notes below. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding Ethereum and on-chain data guys from into the blogs, and they have actually revealed a strategic accumulation trend among Ethereum investors, with over $500 million worth of Ethereum withdrawn from centralized exchanges just in the last 1 week. And this news guys is definitely positive news, because whenever people withdraw from exchanges, most likely they are putting it in the cold wallet and hard wallet, isn't it? And that just means they won't be selling it anytime soon. And so far as the withdrawal is concerned guys, it is the highest moment since February of this year. Now if you do want to check the official information guys, it is published via the Twitter account, and the tweet is in the show notes below. Now it's really important to note guys that this $500 million worth of Ethereum comes at the time following the green light from regulators in Hong Kong for the launch of Spot Ethereum ETF along with Spot Bitcoin ETF as well, and this is most likely prompted investors to anticipate a price surges in it. Now look guys, so far as US is concerned, on the 23rd of May we'll find out if an Ethereum spot ETF is approved or not, but so far as Hong Kong is concerned, guys, more or less it is guaranteed that a spot Ethereum will be approved and also a spot Bitcoin ETF will be approved as well, isn't it? So we can anticipate the process to definitely pump up, probably in the next coming weeks and months. Now guys, let's discuss some notorious news, and that is to do with an Indian person called Chirag Tomar, and he has actually pleaded guilty to creating a fraudulent Coinbase website, and he did actually steal $9.5 million in cryptocurrencies. And the court documents, guys, reveal that he actually stole funds to purchase luxury items like Rolexes, Lamborghini and Porsches. Now what is a bit crazy, guys, is the email address that he used to Coinbase account was the same email address that he actually used to go ahead and book his flight, and that was how they actually caught him. And this person's name is Chirag Tomar, and he was actually arrested in Atlanta airport in 20th of December 2023 while visiting a family member on travel visa, and currently is facing charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering, each carrying a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Definitely terrible for him, but definitely a right decision, isn't it? Now these were the news, guys, from cryptocurrency blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is actually published via Binance's blog, and later on, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss what is Bloomberg actually saying regarding this. And this news by Bloomberg, guys, is once again published via CoinDesk and Cointelegraph. But let me go ahead and discuss the first news, guys, which to be honest is a positive news. And the news essentially is that Binance Free Zone establishment in UAE, they have received a virtual asset service provider license from Dubai's VARA, that is Dubai Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. So let me go ahead and share this news, because Binance Free Zone establishment obtains virtual asset service provider license from Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. And this news, guys, represents significant milestone for Binance's digital asset mission, and it allows expansion of product offerings to retail markets in UAE. And this service, guys, includes spot trading, lending, borrowing and staking as well, and qualified users gain access to margin and derivative products. And this approval, guys, demonstrates commitment to global financial innovation, and its transition from MVP to virtual asset service provider license definitely enhances retail market access, and it offers broad set array of regulated virtual asset services globally, and opens possibility for diverse investment strategies as well. And more importantly, guys, now it introduces passive income opportunities like simple loan for users. Now so far as Binance is concerned, guys, there are also plans for lending, borrowing and virtual asset loans pretty soon, and they will also enable margin and derivative trading for qualified investors. Now the new CEO, guys, that is Richard Tang, he's emphasized commitment to transparency and compliance. Now this news, guys, definitely solidifies Binance's position in transforming finance, isn't it? And it affirms drive for responsible growth in digital asset sphere, and it definitely signals commitment to innovation, compliance and global expansion, and it promises to secure regulated space of blockchain technology's potential. Now look, guys, this news definitely sounds great, but if you actually read through the article via Bloomberg, it does paint a different picture. Now if you read through the article via Bloomberg, guys, it actually feels the only reason why Dubai actually gave the license was because CZ relinquished the voting control. Now at this point of time, guys, I really am not sure if that is legitimate or not, because it just states that they have got this information through insider sources. And this article, guys, is then published via CoinDesk and Cointelegraph, and they had added their own opinion as well. Now so far as the article via Bloomberg, guys, it actually states that Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Service Provider License, final requirement for granting the VASP license or Virtual Asset Service Provider License was for CZ to give up his voting power in Binance Free Zone establishment in Dubai, and CZ's ceding of vote control was the final step for license approval. Now at this point of time, guys, maybe it is legitimate news or maybe it is not legitimate news. I really am not sure. But the current CEO of Binance, that is Richard Tang, did actually confirm receiving the license, and he did actually state that CZ giving up his voting power was a pure speculation, and he said that in a statement with Cointelegraph. So really I'm not sure if this is legitimate news or just rumor, but so far as receiving the license, guys, for Binance, that is 100% legitimate news, and definitely positive news to Dubai as well. Now, guys, let's discuss second news all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the news essentially is that Astronova, they have raised $1 million to pioneer the world's first Web3 RPG game. So let me go ahead and give out more information, guys, regarding this news, because Astronova has raised $1 million for Saudi Arabia's first Web3 RPG targeting MENA region and the Asian audience, and they're focusing on transforming gaming in MENA region with AI integration, UGC and digital collectibles. And the CEO Faizi Ahmed has definitely emphasized commitment to Saudi Vision 2030 and regional gaming opportunity. And guys, they are powered by Mutable and Hedera Hashgraph that is built on Unreal Engine 5, and they have been incubated by Hashgraph Association and Godbit, and it is positioned as a flagship game of GCC region, and major partners include HBAR Association, Crypto.com, Fun Token, and more as well, and pretty much sure more will be joining soon. Now, so far as the team is concerned, guys, it consists of gaming and crypto veterans from Ubisoft, Netflix, and Hedera as well, and the advisors are from Binance, Hedera, and venture capital support the project. And so far as the token generation event is concerned, it is planned for the second quarter of this year with investment from lead investors, and the prototype demo cards is available on Steam Store. And the roadmap includes expansion to Epic Game Stores, consoles, and mobile, and quite a lot of other. And the alpha version guys is anticipated to be released in quarter 3 of 2025. And National Nova guys, they're working on loyalty social fire platform called as the Black Pass for in-game activity rewards. Now they are focusing on competitive points farming and gathering players in-game activity. And they also have a strategic partnership that includes cloud gaming partner with Tether. So look guys, definitely positive news. Now it's really great to know guys that Saudi Arabia is taking leaps and bounds in Web3 gaming, isn't it? Now so far as artificial intelligence is concerned guys, Middle East is definitely taking the world by storm. So those are the news guys from cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Crypto and Coffee Read from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Wade who asks, do you think it'll be ideal for celebrities to get on board to Bitcoin now? Because that will definitely price the Bitcoin to new heights, isn't it? Now listen Wade, the answer to your question is yes and no. Because look, when you have celebrities getting on board in Bitcoin, that'll definitely drive a lot of mainstream adoption, isn't it? And a lot of people will actually be involved in Bitcoin. But look, wait, when you talk about Bitcoin, celebrities, once they start endorsing Bitcoin, it is like saying that you want celebrities to go ahead and endorse the US dollar or Great British Pound, and that, to be honest, does not seem right as well, isn't it? Now, when you talk about Bitcoin, I do feel that the growth should be completely organic, how it initially started, and that would actually give the true power and meaning to Bitcoin. Because when you talk about Bitcoin, it is peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Now earlier today I talk about Bitcoin for corporation. Me personally, I definitely don't like this news, but I'm pretty much sure early adopters, multi-billionaires, celebrity and influencers, they will definitely be liking this news. Because look, once you have corporations getting into Bitcoin, it just means one thing, the price of Bitcoin will increase, isn't it? They are not concerned about Bitcoin being sound money or helping people, let's say in Zimbabwe or poor nation, and that's one of the reasons why me personally I'm not a fan of MicroStrategy or Michael Saylor going ahead and accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. Now going back to your question, Wade, is it good? Definitely it is good if celebrities were to endorse Bitcoin. That would mean a lot of their followers, particularly let's say on Instagram or Twitter, they would truly understand what Bitcoin is, and there is a very high possibility some of them will actually go out and buy it as well, isn't it? Now imagine saying the same thing, let's say for the US dollar, or let's say the Great British Pound. I don't think so it puts up a professional image. Those are my honest thoughts. But at the same time, celebrities getting into it definitely gets a lot of eyeballs. Now what I would really like is a lot of celebrities to go out and talk about the benefits of Bitcoin and talk about some of the technical aspects. That is, let's say the pillars of open blockchain. Maybe make a comparison with fiat currencies rather than talking about the price for it. That is something which I personally would like. So, celebrities getting into it are definitely positive and negative things as well. Now, as much as I hate saying this, the fact is when you talk about Bitcoin, trillion-dollar companies, a lot of multi-billionaires now, celebrities and early investors, unfortunately, those are the only ones who are benefiting by it. Now, these very same guys will actually state that everyone has the opportunity to go out and buy a few Satoshis. Now, you need to understand the only reason why they are saying that is they want to create the demand for Bitcoin. And in doing that, their own existing net worth in Bitcoin increases. The only reason why Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy is having the event called as Bitcoin for Corporation, they don't genuinely care about corporation. They want the corporations to go out and get invested in Bitcoin And in doing that, their own existing net worth in Bitcoin will increase, isn't it? That is the only reason why they're having the event as well. So to answer your question, yes, but I'd really like celebrities to talk more about the technological aspects of it. Maybe go ahead and educate the fans on the pillars of open blockchain. Maybe talk about UTXOs. Maybe even talk about Austrian economics. Now that would be absolutely boring, but that is something which I would like, to be honest. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything series on blockchain DXB. In case if you have any feedback or suggestion, mention them in the comments below. In case if you guys like listening to the episode, please give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 am to 8:30 am, we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. And then we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East from cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now, guys, is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And guys, if you do have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. And also check out my website for lots of useful information, that is blockchaindxb.com. And on the 20th of April, guys, I did release a standalone episode on Bitcoin, where we go and explore the Bitcoin white paper. We compare Bitcoin to Austrian economics. We look at UTXO, that is unspent transaction output. We look at ordinal inscription. We look at Lightning Network and Liquid Network, and quite a lot of other. So please feel free to go and check out the episode, guys. And thanks so much for listening, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.